Texas Congressman Chip Roy joined a group of fellow conservative lawmakers to call on the Democratic leadership in the House to immediately bring up for a vote the president's multi-billion-dollar emergency supplemental measure to address the humanitarian and immigration crisis on the southern border.
Right now, American citizens are suffering, migrants are suffering, and they're doing so while this body, Congress, buries its head in the sand. Enough. The American people sent us here to do our job, and that's what we're here to do.
We're having a press conference to try to urge Speaker Pelosi to bring the border supplemental package to the floor. We have an emergency of indescribable proportions taking place on our southern border, and we've got to come together to address the problem.
We got a drug and human trafficking problem on the border. We had 144,000 apprehensions last month alone, which is like the highest in 15 years. Enough fentanyl was seized a few months back to kill 57 million Americans. I mean, this is a crisis, and all Congressman Roy and we're asking for is let's fix the asylum law, let's deal with the Flores decision, and let's get the humanitarian supplemental aid so we can help these people on the border. That's not too much to ask.
It's time to stop politicking and start legislating, do something with the wall. We're, 144,000 in May that were apprehended. It's unacceptable. The children that are being trafficked, it's unacceptable.
When we start talking about the crisis on the border, there's so many people who don't really appreciate the extent of it yet, including our colleagues on the other side. The president is talking about $4.4 billion that he wants to get to the border for humanitarian issues, as well as to increase the number of detention facilities that we have. And so you get comments from the other side of the aisle that claim that detention facilities are basically concentration camps, which nothing can be further than the truth.
We need humanitarian relief at the border. We need to border security. But most importantly, we need Nancy Pelosi to actually take action on the president's supplemental.
The call for emergency border assistance comes on the 122nd day since the president declared a national emergency on the southern border. The lawmakers sought to emphasize that the border crisis is not a Democratic or a Republican issue, but rather a challenge facing all Americans. John Hines, One America News, Washington.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.